それは全て私のせいです。道場への攻撃、龍の誘拐。両親はある日が来ることを知っていた。私が選ばなければならない日が、内なる力を受け入れることを。神の
Hi and welcome to this impromptu live stream. My name is Palmy and I'm here to talk about why we created Tiger Dragon the Rebirth. Now this is actually my third live stream, so there may be some mistakes in here. There may be things that I've never done before on StreamYard. I'm going to make mistakes. That's absolutely fine, right? This is the always be learning philosophy that I'm always on about. That's in my YouTube banner. It's always be learning. So let's go and let's do this live stream, right? And let's see what happens. So that's what we're doing here. So we're going to be discussing in this live stream, we're going to be discussing the 3 reasons, right, why we created Tiger Dragon the Rebirth. Because it's all well and good that you've got all the stuff, right? Everybody wants the books, the stuff. We all want the stuff, right? We all want the physical stuff, the physical books. We all want these beautiful covers here, right? That's absolutely amazing. And we also all want like the goodies, right? We all want the goodies here, all these lovely, wonderful goodies here, the bookmark here, and all these other fantastic things here, and even this cool sticker here as well. So everybody wants the stuff, but there has to be more, right? There needs to be more in terms of the why you're doing it, the reason, the why, the big reason why you are doing something. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. So this is like a very, very brief live stream. It's not going to be that long, but it's going to be to the point and succinct, hopefully. So the first reason why we created Tiger Dragon the Rebirth is because we feel like it's the solution to the problem. And so you're probably thinking, what's the problem, right? We all know there's a big problem with storytelling right now, especially with superheroes. There's no denying that Marvel, DC don't care about superheroes anymore, right? They're hiring writers who just don't care about storytelling. They don't care about superheroes, what they represent, the reason why they're created. And all they want to do is just throw in their ideology in there. They want to throw in their political views and use those superheroes as their mouthpiece. That's all they want to do. And that's unacceptable, right? That's not what superheroes are created for. Superheroes are there to bring hope. They're there to bring inspiration, right? They're there to entertain you as well, obviously. But they're there for a reason, right? They were created for a reason, and that's what they're a big part of society, and they don't care, right? They may not care anymore, but we do, right? I do, you care, right? So that's why we created Tiger Dragon Rebirth as the solution to the problem. And that's what we're going to be focusing on, right? I'm focused on telling stories, and characters are our top priorities, right? I care about telling the best stories. I care about telling character-driven stories as well, top priority. But also we're telling stories, the best stories we can, and creating heroic characters, right? Very important. Heroic characters who inspire you. When I mean heroic characters, I mean heroic characters actually do things. They go and save people. They go and do what a heroic character does. They take action, right? They don't sit around waiting here watching Netflix. I don't see any superhero do that. They go and take action. Building is on fire. Who's going to be there? A superhero is going to go and save those people, right? That's what superheroes do. And that's why we see Tiger Dragon the Rebirth, right? We see Tiger Dragon Rebirth as a solution to the problem. So that's number one there, seeing Tiger Dragon Rebirth solution to the problem. Reason number 2, right? Reason number 2, to entertain, empower, and inspire you. So let's go through that. What do I mean by this? Okay. So reason number 2, right? So I'm thinking back to the stories that I loved, and they all had these 3 things in common. All the stories, right, back to that I watched when I was a kid, right? I was watching the superheroes, right? Watching all the cartoons back in the 80s and 90s, right? And even now to the 2000s and 2020s where we are now. 2024 where we are right now. So they all had these things in common, right? These stories entertained me, they empowered me, and they inspired me. So what do I mean by that? So when I read a story, I watched a story, it entertained me, right? It took me from probably a negative emotional state that I was in to a positive emotional state, right? There's a transformation there, right? They made you feel good about yourself. You saw a hero do something. They were in the same kind of situation as you. They were struggling in their life. And at the end, they went and got through overcome their challenges, and they went and achieved their goals. So that's what I mean by that, right? So as you're watching the story, as you're reading the comic, right, you're laughing, you're smiling, right, you're feeling joy, and you're especially feeling joy when the hero won. We don't see that a lot too often anymore, where the hero actually wins. We see a lot of villains winning, right? And I want to change that around, flip it around. Yes, villains win now and again, right? But in the end, the hero prevails, right? And so when it comes to empowering right now, this is a word that is being used a lot, and is used not in the right context. The way I'm using it in this entertain, empower, inspire you kind of section for reason 2 is the when you see a superhero take action, right? You see a hero take action, and they show you that you can control your life, right? The hero was there. They were not controlling their lives. They were having problems in their life, and they were doing all these things. Nothing was happening, right? Until they took action. And they realized by taking action, they have control over their life, which is true, right? You take action, you have control over your life, right? You have a certain amount of control in your life, right? There's a lot of external things out there that we can't control, but we can control our actions, the choices we make in our life, right? So that's what's very, very important. So you realize that, oh, okay, the superhero or a hero does this, and they make these choices, and that's why their life is like this, okay? So, for example, if you want to get healthy, what choice do you make? You don't eat the rubbish food, you go and work out, and guess what happens over time? You have more energy, you look fit, and you have, you feel better about yourself, right? These are all the kind of things what I mean by empowering. It's you taking control of your life. It's not blaming other people for what's happening. Yeah, we can do that. We can go and blame people for things, but that's not going to help us to get to our lives, right? It's not going to help the hero. If the hero was in a movie and all he saw in a movie or a comic was the hero just saying, oh, it's their fault, right? It's the government's fault. It's their fault. Not much of a story. Very boring, right? You'd rather see the hero taking action and saying, hey, I don't care what they're saying. I control my life. I'm going to change my life, and I'm going to go and achieve my goals. That's what I mean by empowering. And finally, inspire you, right? So stories are there to inspire you, especially superhero stories, right? To inspire you, to give you hope, okay? Now, hope is very, very important, because in order for you to achieve your goals, you need to have hope, and that's what superheroes do. So this is what these stories do. They never give up, right? Telling you to never give up, even when it feels like the whole world against you, right? You feel like the whole world is against you. Never give up, right? Right now, people are probably looking at me, looking at this person here, looking at me thinking, look at his YouTube setup, is really bad, right? Look at his camera, look at the way he's doing all this, the way he's talking, and etc., right? Right now, there are people who are probably like doubting me. That's absolutely fine, right? Probably people doubting you as well. Absolutely fine, right? You're going to prove them wrong. Actually, you're going to prove yourself right. We're going to do it that way. So you never give up, even though it feels like the world is against you, right? Because there's always going to be someone who's against you. That's fine. And as long as you believe in yourself, right? That's just what I mean by inspire you. As long as you believe in yourself, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving your goals. We see this time and time again, where people have been underestimated, where people have just believed in themselves when nobody else believed in them. And then 5-10 years down the line, they've achieved their goals, right? They've got the goals. They're living their dream life. They are doing all these amazing things that they want to do. It's because they never gave up, and they never listened to the naysayers. They just carried on going. And that's what I mean by inspiration, right? So when I read a super story, when I watch something that is like has heroes in it, it does that, right? Even this top here that I'm wearing, like Avengers, right? Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, like, so he inspires me, right? I know, like, this is not the Spider-Man from the 90s, right? And obviously the Tom Holland Spider-Man is really good as well, but they inspire me, right? This is my hope for Tiger Dragon Rebirth and Ayame here, is to be that entertaining, empowering, and inspiring superhero, right? Now, excuse me, the fact that she's female doesn't matter, right? Because it doesn't matter that a superhero is female or male. What matters is they embody those virtues of heroic values, right? That's what matters, and that's exactly what this character does here. So that was reason number 2 here. And here we have reason number 3. What we're going to be doing is to tell heroic stories. So why are we creating Tiger Dragon Rebirth? To tell heroic stories. So let's go back to here. Reason number 3, right? So I'm a 1980s kid. I was born in the 1980s, right? And heroic stories were the norm. There was not a time when you can flick through the channels and there was always like some sort of heroic story, right? Very, very important. So there's a heroic story all the time. Even like, I'm talking like 80s. So we're talking like heroic stories. I'm talking like A-Team, Street Hawk, Knight Rider, even like Airwolf, those kind of things, right? These Saturday programs that I used to watch when I had time, right? My parents would be like, yeah, you can watch TV. And I'd put on those and I watch it. And what were those stories? You had the good guys trying to stop the bad guys from doing evil deeds. So these heroic stories, right, had a positive impact on my life as a kid and well into my adulthood now, obviously. They're very important, right? So it taught me like core values and principles to live by and to be a human being of value and become a positive role model for my nieces and nephews, right? So I'm not married or anything like that. I don't have any kids. That's fine. But the point is that I need to become a positive role model for my nieces and nephews. And that's my kind of like goal. And that's why we're telling these stories. They need these stories, right, to show them what it means to, you know, that being a hero, having heroic values, having like good role models is good, right, in order for you to go and achieve your goals. And, you know, these heroic stories have shown me what I need to learn, right, in order to achieve the goal that I want in my life, right? So you got to work hard. Nothing's going to come easy to you, right? You've got to work hard. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be external circumstances out of your control. How do you deal with that, right? How do you overcome the obstacles? And we see this with heroic stories all the time, where a hero, something will happen, right? And they don't always achieve their goals straight away. Something comes in the way, a setback, some sort of obstacle, and how do they get over that obstacle to eventually achieve the goal? That's the main important thing. So, like I said, very short live stream here. These are the 3 reasons why we're creating Tiger Dragon the Rebirth. So if that's something you're interested in around, or you know anybody, right, then do what heroes do, right? What do heroes do? They take action, right? Take action. Go and back Tiger Dragon the Rebirth Kickstarter campaign. Obviously, the campaign isn't live yet. It's just at the moment. It's going to go live on February the 26th. So it's not live yet, but get notified, right? So go and take action, get notified on that Kickstarter page, and there you'll be ready. As soon as we go live, Kickstarter will send you a message right to your email, say, hey, it's live. Why? Because why do I want you to get notified? Because some of these rewards that we have are limited, right? So if you don't want to miss out on any of the rewards, they're limited. So some of the limited rewards we do have I can show you very briefly is these character cards here. Some of these are actually limited here. So the main one here is the Kami card here. This is a limited Kami card. Then we have the character cards here as well. There's 9 of these here. So here we are. And what else do we have that's limited? I believe some of these are limited as well. These variant covers here. So we have my favorite. I like this one, the manga variant cover. I really like this cover here. In the backs, even the back is got manga here, manga variant cover, and then we've got this one here as well, which is a separate variant cover here as well, front and back here. So they're just limited there. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Really brief live stream. Like I said, I never done a live stream before, right? Actually live. I've already done previous live streams where I've done test live streams where they're unlisted, right? On the channel. So I thought go for it, right? Because what does a hero do? A hero takes action. In order for you to get better at something, you got to do it, and you got to make mistakes, and you learn from those mistakes, and then you move forward. And then eventually, like most streamers that we have here on YouTube, which seem to be doing it very, very well, they'll do the live stream very, very well. They're very professional, right? And how do they do that? Step by step, right? You take a step and you keep moving forward. So that's our live stream there. I know there's like one person here watching right now, so I appreciate that, whoever that is. I don't know if you can see that, so can't see who that is, but I appreciate you if you watch this live stream. I appreciate it. Like I said, if you know anybody who likes superhero stories that want to be entertained, empowered, and inspired to go and achieve their goals, then Tiger Dragon the Rebirth is for you. So this is actually the retail cover here. I'll show it to you one more time. So when I'm showing you these are actually done, right? So I don't need to all I need to do is put the order in. That's what we're doing for the Kickstarter campaign. So I need like pre-orders, basically. That's all we're doing. I don't have to do any, the story's done. The story is done, right? All these physical rewards are all done. So all of that is done. And that's the 3 reasons, right? So let's go through them again very briefly before we finish up this live stream. Reason number 1, right, is we feel Tiger Dragon the Rebirth is the solution to the problem. This book is one of the solutions to the problem. Reason number 2 is to entertain you, empower you, and inspire you to go and achieve your goals, right? That's what superheroes are designed to do. And if anybody else says different, they're wrong. You know why? Because superheroes are designed to do that. You go and tell my nephew that. My nephew and my nieces who love superheroes, right? They use them all the time, right? When they're going to go and achieve their goals. My sisters, right, would tell them, say, hey, who's your favorite superhero? And they'll be like, oh, it's the Hulk, or it's Iron Man, or it's, I think for my nieces, it's Wonder Woman, right? Why do you like Wonder Woman? Because they don't give up. So guess what? You don't give up and go and do that thing. So that's what I mean by superheroes entertain you, empower and inspire you. And the third reason is to tell heroic stories. Remember those heroic stories we used to have? Oh my gosh, they were so good, right? They made you feel good about yourself. You watched a hero or somebody who, you know, goes from being basically they go from being a victim to a hero, right? Everybody starts off as a victim, right? Everybody is a victim at the beginning of the story. You have a look at a superhero story at the beginning, they don't feel great about themselves, things ain't going that great. And then over the course of the film, the comic, they have a change, something happens, a transformation occurs, and they become the hero they were meant to be. So that's what we're going to be doing with the story. So these are 3 reasons for creating Tiger Dragon Rebirth. So yeah, so like I said, take action. If you know anybody who likes superhero stories, right, go back the campaign, Kickstarter campaign. We're not live yet. February 26th is when we go live. Just get notified so you know straight away. Kickstarter will send you an email to your inbox and say, hey, guess what? Tiger Dragon Rebirth is live. Going back to the amazing campaign. So that's what we're doing here with this live stream here. So that's our live stream here. Thank you very much for joining me. Even though it's an impromptu short live stream, I'm not going to be doing like 2-3 hour live streams like most of the big YouTubers do. I am a big YouTuber, right? I'm just some person who's just trying to make a difference in people's lives. That's what I'm trying to do with these stories, because stories are very, very important, right? Everything we do is a story, right? Everything we consume is a story. Everything you think about is a story, right? Everything you consume, whether it doesn't matter what it is a story, and that story is very important. And we want to get more positive stories out there. I want to go back to the 80s and 90s where we had more positive stories, where you looked around, you looked around and you were like positive, right? And then because you have a positive frame of reference, your kind of like mindset, you're more likely to go and achieve your goals, and that's what we need more of. And so that's why we're creating these amazing superhero stories. We're starting with Tiger Dragon the Rebirth, and we're going to continue with that until forever, right? It's not something that's a quick thing. It's a long thing. We're in it for the long haul. So again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this live stream, taking your most precious resource, which is your time, to watch this live stream. And I'll see you in the next live stream.